Welcome back, everyone.
I feel like I'm standing in something.
Yeah, you feel a little dirty,
A little bit, a
a
little
little,
smelly.
just feeling a little shitty today.
Yeah, a little chitty. I'm not exactly sure what's going on.
Yeah,
Um,
last episode we built a giant panda. Last minute, he took a massive dump on uh on the area over there, and I think some of that may have. I think some of that overflowed over here. To be honest, I don't know. I don't really know. There's a sign over here I saw. Let's see what the sign says.
I,
It
I
says
want to know. I want to know first we got two people, two ender pearls floating in lab tech's
Yeah, I think that's
service
Koi
button.
and Lab Tech. I think if you hit that, you're gonna get Koi
Ah,
and Lab Tech.
McCoy's right there.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
not
he does.
far to
I
go.
think he. I think he wants us to hit it.
It
It's
may
here.
be. You want to hit it? Yep. uh,
Love it. Love it. Lab tech's probably like, what the hell?
I tried to type. We got a shitty situation. It won't let me do it.
We've been shot. I was like, don't press it. Wait, Koi was like, don't press it. Did he say that?
Uh, I don't know
Uh,
how it works. I don't know how. I don't know how it works. Just basically, do you just throw one down here? Oh Jesus Christ! Okay, that's not how it works. That's definitely not how it works.
so this is a scaffolding, and apparently that is how it works. I don't know
Okay.
how would you get two in there without collecting them. Oh, I guess you won't.
Yeah, you
Collect
won't
it, huh?
collect them because it's
Not
a
an
thrown item. Okay, that's not how it works.
Did you die your first death by like trying some ender pearl?
Okay, I've done it. Do you want to try it?
Sure. Was there a special angle
You got to
used?
get you got to shift over it,
Ah, ah,
and once you're shifted over, point straight down and throw.
that worked. And now we run away, and we all get launched back.
I think they're all there now. I think.
What is the death message when you die if you ender pearl too much?
Kinetic, I think. Kinetic energy.
Does it attribute it to somebody?
I don't think so. No.
Because you could like go battle somebody and take them down and have a sign to be like you type in chat, they're down to less than 2 hearts. You're like, hit it, and I
Yeah.
hit the button.
Visit
Lab
the one
tech dies.
PV. Okay. Oh,
That is
Koi messed
crazy.
up. That is really wild. It's wild that it doesn't despawn. That's just crazy to me.
Yeah, that is weird.
Um,
But anyways, back to the poop.
so we're back over here. All right. So, seems you
Where's the
have a
signs
plumbing
that
issue.
you found?
That's
Yeah, where are
wh-
you reading this
It's
at?
right here. Right
Oh
here.
shit!
Yeah. Seems you have
Oh shit!
Oh shit. Seems you have a plumbing issue. That's what happens when overcrowding. Should have a better toilet system.
Get the crap out of
All
me.
right. Well, I guess we should have had a better toilet system. I don't know. I'm gonna clean it up. I'm gonna clean this shit up.
I'm just trying to figure out if this is from the toilet. How did you here?
Yeah, I'm a bit confused. I'm also a bit confused. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand how we got poo everywhere. I mean, I feel like it came from the giant panda over there. But that would mean they would need a better toilet system, right?
Are
Like
you?
over
Are
there.
they slingshot in the back of this?
It doesn't pay to throw shit. Everyone gets messy.
I mean that's true, but it seems like that might be what
There's
they
so many
done.
pandas in here now. I feel like there's more than there were before.
Well, we got to keep building up that army.
I think so. We should tell people that Jeff and I are going to start doing only one night a week on the server. We're gonna check out Spelunky, Spelunky 2 to be exact. It's got multiplayer. I've never played it. Jeff's a fanatic, and so we're gonna check it out together. And see.
Yeah, Good's never played it before. I've played the hell out of the original Spelunky, but I've not played that much Spelunky 2 yet.
I'm looking forward to it. I've watched Pack Rat play it some, not a ton. Just watching some of his daily challenges and stuff. So I'd like to get into it. And honestly, this is probably the best way for me because you've played so much of it that I think it would be better to jump into it with someone who knows the game. I know you're making it sound like it's like this super difficult game, but I've never heard people talk of it this way.
So it's not, but I've also never played it multiplayer. Because they on the Spelunky 1 was only multiplayer for. I can't say I've never played it multiplayer. It was multiplayer only for local co-op. They didn't have
Gotcha.
A network version, but oh god damn it, they did come out with it. I think it was a version of Frozlunky, which is one of the Spelunky like editors that you can do. Let you do some multiplayer, and then there's some new. Well, it's not new anymore. Is it Parsec? It's something that's supposed to let you kind of play anything that's supposed to be a local co-op with online multiplayer with very little lag. Because that was the problem with Frozlunky is it kind of manipulated it into making you think it was the same connection.
Mm-hmm.
But
it wasn't really.
But it wasn't. So you'd sometimes get a lot of lag issues with it. Sometimes it'd play fine, but it wasn't smooth by any means.
Gotcha.
So I'm curious to see how smooth the built-in.
Hopefully it's good. I did using the Steam. Steam's got this built-in thing now where you can play multiplayer games across the network when the game doesn't technically have it built in.
That's interesting. I've seen it come up on a couple games.
Yeah,
but I've never
tried it
now.
Before. It's just Steam Play, maybe? I don't remember what it's called. But me and Co played a game called Struggle or Struggling, something like that. And it was hit or miss. Sometimes it was great, and then sometimes we'd be out of sync and stuff, and like it'd be hard to connect. So it was an experience, honestly. Wow, this is all done. We cleaned it up.
That was easy.
Okay, well, huh.
So, do you remember? Did you have an Xbox back in the day? An original Xbox?
I've never actually owned an Xbox of any version.
So, original Xbox, the way to play, you could play a lot of things. This is before the internet was like, your broadband was super popular. A lot of people still had dial-up and stuff in the day when the Xbox came out. So, not everybody was doing all this online stuff, but it was huge to bring a bunch of Xboxes into the same area and network them together, like in somebody's house, and sit in two different rooms and play through their local network to play on different TVs and stuff. It wasn't as big to play online. And then,
so like a LAN party, but with Xboxes, basically?
Yeah, basically a LAN party with Xboxes. But then they came out with this, this group came out with something called Xlink Kia, and it was basically an internet tunnel that made you'd go on and just find other Xboxes. It'd be like, there's 0 of 4 Xboxes in this party or whatever, and you could just go jump in and wait. And when it got up to like 4 Xboxes, you could theoretically play with 16 people on some of the games. You could do 4 people per Xbox. And it would mimic a tunnel as if you were a local LAN. Mm-hmm. We're talking back in 2001 time frame. So this is like when I was just like, oh my God, this stuff is amazing.
Right.
So we used to play all the time on these like random LAN servers. And it was so funny. It was because it was one of the first times I used to play Halo constantly with friends, and I was getting pretty good at the versus mode, though my friend was always way better than I was, but I was getting better, and I thought I was there, but I thought he was just like a god. And we get on this thing for the first time, and we're like, oh my God, I can't believe it works. And granted, ignoring all like the lag issues and all, we basically stopped playing because we realized we were nobody's. Like we would just get killed instantly.
Really?
And we're talking on the best connections that we could get without like lag was not the problem. Like we were just not nearly as good as we thought we ever were.
That's hilarious. Think you're like gods, and then you get in.
Oh my God! I didn't think I was a god, but I thought I was pretty decent. And,
you thought he was amazing,
and I thought he was like the god at that game. And it's just like now you go back and you look at like speedrunners, and granted they've had years of practice. It was a different time; they weren't just playing on their NES in the childhood. But there was probably people who were playing those, 5-6 minute runs. Even though the speed world record for Mario now is like 4 minutes and something, but like there were probably people who was regularly playing like 6-7 minutes maybe back in the day on the NES, and I was sitting there, playing through it in like an hour and being like all excited.
Right. Yeah, no, it's I didn't know speedruns were a thing until I got basically just a few years ago, even like it's just not a thing that was ever on my radar. And so whenever I experienced that for the first time and think back at like, Jesus, the hours I spent on these games, and I could have beat them in minutes, really. Like just blow.
Yeah.
I mean, like Seth with the stupid, Mario stuff, the Super Mario World. His is sub minute, 50 some seconds. That's insane, right?
So so I like and don't like speed runs. I keep an eye on a lot of like speed run records that are out there for certain games, just because I find it fascinating that they keep like lowering the time more and more and more. Not that I've ever played and tried to speed run.
Right.
The stuff that Seth does and the community that like Seth works with and things like that, I find so fascinating because they're purposely trying to make not just I'm beating this game faster than intended. They're like, we're breaking the game with glitches to do something that's never supposed to really happen. And I find that fascinating on a different level. Like, I'm still like a back and forth on if I think that that's like an appropriate way to play the game. But the concept that you can actually find, I want to know how people go through the source code and find this stuff and understand this stuff. Like, I was a computer engineer. I coded things in machine language. Like, I've done that before for school. I understand the concept of doing it. I could not just go look at like registers and be like, oh yeah, we could manipulate these and send it over here, and this will warp us to the credits here if we utilize this value.
Right. I mean, and you look at what Seth's done. He's taken it even further. Remember whenever he fucking programmed Flappy Bird into Super Mario?
Yes, I remember that.
Like that's a step way beyond. Let's glitch the game out and do this thing. He literally used the available code to write a new program in Super Mario World. Like, just go away at that point. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, but the interesting thing with that one is Seth was the face behind that. Somebody else condensed the code, what he had to do to fit in the buffer space that was there. And I don't know if Seth is the one who came up with the method for code injection or not, or if it was somebody else who did. But either way, once he was writing code into there, I can get that a little bit more because literally at that point, you've gotten your buffer to a place where it's putting your different positions and the different buttons you hit are writing things to different areas of memory. Right? Then it's just a sequence. Walk to this place, hit this button. It's really just putting in an instruction. Getting to that point is the fascinating part. The fact that you can do that makes it look really cool at the end of the day. Yeah. But that's really not the fascinating part of it all.
I wouldn't know what the code would be. So, like, I guess even if I knew, like, if I knew the steps to get to the point where I could inject code, I still would not know. I mean, I would have to learn from someone who could explain to me the correct code.
You'd have to learn. You'd have to, because you probably have never coded in machine language before.
I have not.
So I had to do it for a school and a couple processors. And I remember one, it was really annoying because, there's certain things called registers and register pointers or stack and stack pointers. I can't remember exactly which one they're called. It's been many, many years before. And there's references to the stack in different places. And I had two classes at the same time in my undergraduate that were on these two chips that were in the same family, but they were a couple series apart. And it was really annoying because one of the chips, when you put something into the register, a register value, it incremented the register pointer, so it was pointing to the next place after it put in that instruction that you told it to do. The other chip incremented the register value first and then wrote the instruction. So literally having to know how to manipulate code, which is what you had to do in this class to learn how machine language worked, you had to know what chip you're working on and how the instruction set worked on that particular chip to know how you can mess with the registers in there in the right way. Which is what I'm sure these people do on these specific games because they know how the registers work in those particular games that they're working with. So it's literally like, you know how to write in C? Well, what is your programming language of?
Well, yeah, I mean, C was the one I spent the most time in school learning, and that's where...
What'd you write all that Mindcrack stuff in for the flying guy when people could join us?
I didn't write that, actually. That was Joe Hills. I hired Joe Hills to make all that stuff. So yeah, that was not programmed by me. That was just my idea, and I paid Joe to do it.
I thought you actually wrote that.
No, I don't know what that was written in. Back when I was a system administrator, most of my stuff was written in like Perl, honestly, because it was something that would work web based and would work like system based.
But same concept as that. It's knowing the instructions, but if you're actually writing in machine language is different than assembly language as well. So assembly is probably what most people are looking at with like LDA is going to be like load from register A or whatever it is. INC is that INCA is that increment A, like whatever's in your A register. I'm trying to remember all the things and jump commands, and that's how you do loops is you jump to different areas of the registers, and that's using assembly language. Writing an actual machine language, God, I don't remember, is it machine language or assembly language now? One of them is just literally like 0A, F1, C6. Is like all of that because it means something, because your assembly language gets converted to machine language. So either way, it's learning a programming language is all it is. It's just learning how to do it in a different way. That you do a lot of things in Perl that are Perl or C or whatever. Like you write a loop, and in the background it converts it to a machine language at the end of the day that does all this stuff for you. You just have to do a lot more steps in your writing when you're doing machine and assembly language to make it work right, because you don't have a front end compiler that's making things work pretty for you.
Makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I think you could do it, but you would have to super sit there and study those particular games and things like that. And I don't have the patience to.
Yeah. Like most of the languages I know, I did not learn from anyone. I just learned from a book. But once you understand the concepts, you can pick up other languages, basically. I kind of want to go to the Patronville and see this Ender Pearl network they got going on there.
Let's do it.
Because we're really just sitting here. We got nothing to do. Honestly, we need to figure out what we need a job.
Yeah. Other way through the portal that way, I think. Nope. Wait.
There's some way.
End portal? Is it toward the end portal? Lab tech's going. Oh, down this way. Remember, there's the boats.
Okay.
Not that many boats though. Wait, I'll just get in one with you.
Okay.
Oh wait, I'll make sure I get there. I'll get in with lab tech.
Okay.
But yeah, it's I mean, I had to learn, and it's not the same. I don't even remember what it was written in anymore, because there's a couple different things I had to mess with. But remember, I proposed to my wife by hacking.
That was cool.
Hacking Jackbox back before you could actually. Now you can actually program in your own stuff, like they made it part of the game. But I did it back before it was allowed. Like I hacked the fucking game to do that, and I had to learn a lot about the way Jackbox was compiled, what they used, how it went and looked for things. And then when I finally found files that actually had human readable code in them, I had to figure out what each line of it meant to know how it was going to get implemented. And then what I did, fucking hours and hours and hours. I did a stream on it one night while I was when I was.
Did you know for sure when you started what you were wanting to do was possible?
No, I had no idea if what I wanted to do was possible. And I kept failing. There was a program I had to use, like B2A. There's apparently a special header that's on the beginning of the file. So even when I figured out how to how the file was supposed to be, if it was in its hacked version, it still wouldn't play it. The game would just lock up.
Huh.
I randomly came across a forum where somebody talked about this program that inserts these headers so that things can compile right, and I'd never heard of before. It's called like B2ASM or something like that. And LabTech went this way, and turning out by using that in some like with certain parameters, it
B2ASM. That sounds like something you do, like in the bed.
I'll find out what the program is called in a minute. But then what I did was I used VBA code. Are we still just going straight?
Yeah, it's straight all the way to PV, basically. Once you get into an open room, and the portal will be on your left.
I made it in Excel so I could write all the questions I ever wanted to have in a game, and questions and answers and all the different quips and stuff that get said. Wait, I'm in the main part of Patronville. Where'd you say to go?
Did you go out the portal? The big portal?
Oh, I was actually in... Okay. And then I made it so you put everything in Excel, and then I had the VB script on the back end, manipulated all the stuff in the Excel file to put it in a file format that it was needed in the right order, and then it actually like called and ran this other program to compile everything for me. So I made it a VBA script that was a one-click button at the end of the day that I could compile as many games or questions as I wanted to.
Okay, and then how did you call up the one for the "Will you marry me"?
I forced it to be Final Fibbage because in that particular game, I only put there's like a flag that something could or could not be a final fibbage question, and that was random. It just picked from them. So I just made it so it was oh my god, so many. I just made it so it was the only one in the list of game file. I deleted everything else out of the game file. So, and I wanted to do that because I wanted to know exactly what questions were coming across to know it worked. Because sometimes it wouldn't run. It wouldn't run right. It would just run the normal game as opposed to running the hacked one. So I wanted to make sure I knew this question is one that I've put in, so I know what this question is, or I know.
And
what
she didn't suspect a thing. You were just playing.
She had no idea. She tried to walk away. She tried to walk away at the beginning because we'd already been playing for like an hour and a half, and at that point she was like going to do something else, even though it was the very end. And
she was just bored of playing Jackbox.
Yeah, she wanted to keep playing Jackbox, but she didn't feel like she needed to keep sitting in the room to play Jackbox. She was just like, I have to go to the bathroom. I was going to answer from my phone in the bathroom.
Oh, no! What were you like? No.
If you watch the video, yeah, I like physically stopped her. It's like right during this was happening. I physically stopped her from leaving, and it's like she kind of glances over the TV screen and is like, what? Like, because she had no idea, absolutely not a clue.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, from a surprise factor, that worked out fantastic, and it was funny because I was streaming as well, and that was a lot of people in chat. Like nobody knew it was coming in chat because I don't even think when I did the stream of me hacking the game, it was more of a proof of concept, and I didn't tell anybody why I was doing it.
Right, that's hilarious.
But yeah, so whoa, see you later.
Goodbye. Oh, goodbye, Jeff.
Oh God. Hi, I'm back.
This is an egg.
I'm gonna go look right now with what that program is called, because I still have all those files saved on my computer here, and in case I ever needed them. Jackbox Party Pack 2. Here we go. Games Adobe. Oh no, this is just an original. Oh, I wonder if I don't have the hacked files anymore.
Surely you do. That's something you got to keep forever, right?
I would think.
I think
I might have thought I did, but I kept a copy of like the original, so I could put it back into place. It's got to be somewhere. Huh. It's possible it no longer exists.
Well, that'd be kind of sad.
I'd have to learn how to do it all over again.
Then propose a second time.
Oh, Quick BMS is what it's called.
Quick BMS. That sounds
Yeah,
like
no, I found it. Yeah, quick BMS.
I gotta take a quick BMS, guys.
I don't even know if this works anymore, but oh man, I didn't realize I had gone even farther. I have a Quiplash question generator. I have a Fibbage question generator. I didn't realize. I forgot that I had.
Now it would just be super simple, right? You just open the game. And
well, now I think you can like do it like your own editor. Like it's an option in the game to like add a question or something like that.
That's hilarious.
I mean,
all right, here we go. All right, we should probably end this episode here. But thanks for watching, everybody. Hope everyone enjoyed. Go check out Doll. He's covered in shit, I guess. Shitty Doll.
Shitty Doll.
See you later.
Yeah.